Our press is increasing exponentially. The more people write about us, the more people write about us. We do a fistful of interviews every time we play. The four of us sit in a row on an ugly couch and talk to journalists for hours during the other band's sets. I can't sneak off to listen because I stand center stage when we play. This, to journalists, seems to imply a willingness to mouth off. Apparently, to them, lead singer means person who won't shut up. It's so lousy to know that we're missing all that music. We feel left out, listening to the fuzzy thumping through the wall as writer after writer points out that we're teenagers and 3 of us are female. We never have any answers to these non-questions. Teenager just means stupid. And is there a difference between male and female people? Is there? Seriously, I have yet to identify a single character trait I would attribute solely to one gender or the other. Tonight, one of the sexist journalists is a woman who's angry that Dave is a man. Why didn't you hire a woman to play drums? She asks me accusingly. I'm at a loss. Because Dave's not a woman, I answer. I didn't hire him anyway. He doesn't get paid. I'm a volunteer, Dave chirps happily. She gives him a blank look and then turns back to me. Surely you would agree that you play female music. Sometimes we play female music, I say, but not any more often than men do. At first, it's easy to be patient with these writers because it's clear that they don't mean to be so wrapped up in stereotypes. But by the time the 5th person comes in and asks us something to the effect of, why did you decide to be girls? I sort of lose my cool and end up mouthing off in spite of myself. We aren't girls on purpose, we're girls by accident. We're musicians on purpose. I mean, do you treat men and women differently? This poor guy happens to be really nice. He just didn't know not to ask that particular question. He shakes his head uncertainly. Well, it'd suck if you did, I continue. I don't see how gender could inform anyone's character. It's useless when it comes to predicting behavior, except for idiots' behavior. Because thinking you have to act male or female instead of human makes no sense. He looks so tense that I begin to speak more gently, but I don't stop, which is what he would like me to do. What could gender possibly have to do with how your hands work, I ask him. He shrugs. Women's hands work on typewriters but not guitars? Or are we only allowed to play acoustics because electricity's too bitchin' for girls? He nods along, then shakes his head, trying to agree with me. For God's sake, didn't we all grow up with Free to Be You and Me? Yes, he says heartily. I did. Even I wish I would shut up, but I don't fucking stop. Music pounds through the wall, and I blame this guy for making me miss it. We all know there are bigger differences within the races than between them, right? So substitute gender for race. Duh. I thought we already did that. He opens his mouth, but I interrupt him before he can say anything. Not to mention the infinite shades of gray inherent in the whole concept of gender. Gender is a spectrum with no clear division between the poles. Hetero and homo are just scratching the surface of sexuality. This is when the exhausted journalist moves warily on to another band member, writing in his notebook next to my name, outspoken feminist. Self-expression, says a woman with glasses, her army t-shirt bunched and sweaty. She holds her tape recorder out to us. We look at it. What about it? Asks Dave politely. Let's just talk a little bit about self-expression, the woman says. Leslie looks at her. What, just talk about it? How important important is it? She asks, squinting thoughtfully. Self-expression? Asks Dave. T and I just sit there. The woman begins to rethink her impression of us as articulate. She turns to me and puts her tape recorder under my chin. Tell me your thoughts, she says slowly, regarding songwriting and expressing yourself. I'm confused. Myself? Why would I want to express that? I'm building a snowman in my front yard when a plow comes laboring down the street, spraying snow into the ditch. When he sees me, the driver slows down, then stops next to my house, cutting the engine. He stares at my snowman. I stare at him. Is that a boy or a girl? He asks. It's a snowman, I answer. Looks like a snow lady. I look at my snowman. No, it doesn't. Oh, he says. My mistake. He starts the engine and continues down the road, waving goodbye over his head.